While personal finance principles apply to everyone, women often encounter financial hurdles that are different in nature, timing, and impact. Today, we're spotlighting an important topic that deserves more attention: the unique money challenges faced by women. Women face a distinct set of financial challenges, but also possess a unique set of strengths: discipline, resilience, and long-term vision.
Generally speaking, the woman, is usually far more risk averse, whereas the guy is not as risk averse.
It seems like in many cases the man is handling the financial stuff at home. And for whatever reason, maybe the man is just around the money more, or the wife wants him to do it or whatever. But when we get to the point where the female starts needing the money, the man either can't talk anymore, isn't here anymore, or you're divorced, disabled. That's why it's important for both spouses to know exactly what's going on and be informed and take notes together. Because if one of you can't perform that job, and you were the one that was supposed to do it, the other one needs to know what to do.
If you're working and you have children, okay, it's hard. That's really hard, because, and my wife always says, if something goes wrong with the kids, they're not looking at you, Greg. They're looking at me. Where's the mother? Okay, and so you want to make sure that's difficult. It's really difficult, because here you are, you're working that 40-hour-a-week job, 40 plus hours a week job. You run home, you pick up the kids, and you come home, and then sometimes they're cooking dinner or doing whatever, and hopefully, God willing, the husband comes in and helps out. You know what I mean? But that's not always the case. And then finally, on the other side of that equation is when the parents start going. And all of a sudden, everybody's looking, and men and women jump in there also. But it truly is an interruption. And our parents are living a lot longer than they used to live. All of a sudden, when you become their caregiver, you become the parent. You become the parent. You're managing their finances. You're managing their health care. Okay, you're managing, possibly, getting them into Medicaid, things like that. There's a lot going on. It's very complicated, and not just for women, but for men as well. But very often, it does seem like the burden falls on women.
Well, the primary understanding of most gray divorces, and especially women in divorce, is they feel like there's a lack of support, and there is a lack of education and, in essence, taking their side, it seems like. You don't just have to think about the change in dynamics in your personal finances, but also your retirement planning. It can be huge. If you were the primary breadwinner, you now have less money, because most of the time, depending on what state you're in, you're going to have to fork that out to a spouse. You may have to pay alimony. You may be on the hook for education of kids or grandkids or someone else you're supporting. But then also in the back end, if you weren't the breadwinner and you were what we call the domestic engineer, or you stayed at home for any period of time, your Social Security changes, the way you can file. How much are you going to get from retirement? Are you getting alimony or settlements? There's a lot of big tax pieces that don't come into play. And then most of the time, the primary breadwinner is the more financier of the house, where you may not have dealt with the budget or have done that. But then I've also seen the side where they have, but then you're solely focused on planning for the household. Now it's just you. You got to flip it on its head. So you got to feel confident in who you're going to for advice, education.
By recognizing the challenges and empowering women to utilize their strengths, we can work toward smarter solutions and more confident financial futures.
So many times the man traditionally has been the biggest breadwinner. So they've got the full-time job. And so they've been more informed on their retirement plan. But the female needs to know that if the male's getting income, the female needs to qualify for that as well. Let's, for instance, we have an IRA account. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Mr. in the family has the big IRA. It's a 401k. And he retired and he moved that money into an IRA. We set up a joint income account with an individual retirement account. Now that's a paradox right there, because individual retirement account, IRA, said one person, individual, income for that one individual. But we have a way where we can set up the retirement account, an individual retirement account for joint income for both husband and wife, so that when one passes away, the other one continues to get that income for the rest of their life.
Personalized financial advice. It's not cookie cutter. We're not cookie cutter. We break it down. We look at where you are. We look at what your situation is. We look at your assets. We look at, are you transitioning into Medicare? Do you need a trust? Do you need estate planning help on that? We can do that as well. Personalized, truly personalized is talking to you long enough and getting to know you so you can start to see this person through their lens, not your lens, not imposing your financial values on them, but looking to make them successful in retirement.
Recognizing the specific challenges women face when it comes to finances and retirement planning should be expected of any financial advisor. Coach Pete and the team at Capital Financial are ready to help plan for retirement and implement strategies to make your savings last. Take advantage of the no-cost, no-obligation financial review to understand the ins and outs of your retirement plan. A customized plan based on your wants and needs. Contact us today. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more retirement help.